Here we are in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm gonna go see a prolific music producer, guitarist, Johnny Wheels, Johnny Axe. I know him as John Will. He's also my brother. This is his property out here. Pretty fucking cool. Thanks to the Kelsey brothers sponsoring this episode. You would think, why are you going to a barn, Mike? Who lives in a fucking barn? Well, it's not a barn. It's a music studio. Hold on, you can't see this. I jacked the code from him.
I think it's unlocked. I didn't know.
Oh, it's unlocked, great.
To puzzle all of these pieces of love, you've got to know what to find. One heart might meet another heart. Is it two of a kind?
First off, let's just hear the action on a vintage 1984 Submariner. Just check this out. And the thing that's so great about this one is there's just history when you look at it. Where has this been?
What year is it?
I think in 1984. It's a good year.
Good year. Hey, it all started in 1984.
We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
So we're here actually working on a movie.
Yeah.
So he and I can write and direct together, and since we were young, you know, we made shit together, like with like the home video camera and stuff. And in a way, in terms of like acting and producing, it all meshes together. You being good at music, you understanding that side of things, me understanding certain things about like being in front of the camera. Like this is big for Johnny here. You know,
I'm not using in front of a camera.
he doesn't like to be, but that's not true, unless he has a guitar in his hands.
Yeah. Well, I'm never
That's like what Ed Sheeran said. It's like there's like he's like, this is like my armor.
100%.
Yeah, so you feel that certain way. Like our family, you never were really into watches. You know, you never really saw the purpose of it.
No. I just never even, I mean, dude, it took me until dating Sarah to buy a shirt. Like, I just, whatever you didn't want, I'd just wear. Or whatever mom and dad would buy me. I didn't care about fashion. I didn't care about clothing.
What did you care about?
I cared about guitar and music.
Right.
Singing and
Cut to
songwriting.
fucking crazy solo. Bam! And we're back. But that's what I'm saying. That's why it's really cool to see you open a different kind of thought process towards something that you had no interest in the past.
Well, it was because, like going shopping with Sarah was like, she would always be like, try this on, and then like I'd look cool, and she'd be like, doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good to like look good?
Right.
You know? And then I'm like, yeah, it does actually. Right. And so then like watches follow and like chain follow. Like,
right. Well, this is a Maz chain.
A gong.
Oh, this is a Gong's chain.
A Gong's
I think this is a Maz.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we got it from her jewelry box. So let's get into the first watch that you had, or first time that you noticed that maybe you enjoyed something.
So this is the first watch I had, this Orient Star.
Oh, Orient Star.
Yeah, this was...
Yeah.
You're going to notice a trend. This was gifted by my brother, and I'd go on like 3-week tears where I'd wear it every day. And then I stopped wearing it. I actually stopped wearing it because when I would golf, I'd swing my arm around the bag, and this part would pinch it, and it would hurt, and I hated it, and it happened a couple times. So
With this watch?
With this watch. With watches in general.
On the band, though.
On the band.
Yeah.
So it was a loose metal band. It wasn't on this gray leather, and it kept annoying me so much that I just, out of practicality, stopped wearing watch. I just stopped wearing it for like years. And then I would wear it from time to time, and then you gave me this leather band. It might have been a different leather band, and then I really dug it.
But do you remember why I gifted you that watch?
No. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Glory?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I came to Nashville with watches. I came with Dean. I gave Dean a Seiko. I gave you that watch. And I remember being just like, oh, this is a commemoration. And to commemorate that, I was like, oh, I'm going to get you a watch.
Oh, then the watch I'm thinking of, I lost. Because I wore a watch in high school and college. My go-to.
Oh, that was a Frederic Constant. See, I know this shit. I know this shit because I got it for him. It's a contagious thing when you're into watches, but if no one you know is into watches, you're like, where are my watch people? And now, obviously on the internet, the watch gang and watch fiend and watch nerds clubs are like full on like enthusiasts, which is cool. And this channel's for them, but it's also for the people who don't really know about watches, like yourself, who are like maybe interested.
I didn't really get into watches until this one. This was a big game changer.
That's cool because this is
Yeah.
actually a great watch.
Yeah, this is a great watch. Actually, I know when I fell in love with watches. Like, really.
What?
It's a Breitling. A dark green Breitling.
I know exactly which one. It's the Breitling B01, the chronograph.
Yes.
Yeah. It's expensive. It's a little too expensive
is.
for I think what you're getting.
But I just love the
But it's
design.
sick, yeah.
I love the marketing of the company. It's like a pilot's watch almost. It feels like English, Royal English. It feels like World War II, which is stuff I dig. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? They wore Breitling watches. They have Rolls-Royce engines in their jets. It's like, I think that's cool.
yeah.
Like, the history is like.
Okay.
So I'm like, I think that's why I like Breitling as a company. And then they had this. It's kind of a similar color to this dark green. Remind me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you got this for you.
I did.
Yes, and then we
did.
traded.
I did, yeah. So, it's so funny.
Yeah.
I bought a blue Seiko Presage. Really great watch, right?
Yes.
It's a blue Seiko Presage. It's a really great watch, and I gifted it to John.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of brother I am. I bought this watch for myself, and I bought it in a lot. So I bought this watch, I bought 2 other Seikos as well, and a Grand Seiko, pretty much in succeeding order. I might have an issue. But I went kind of crazy for a second, and I wore this watch. I had one great night with this watch. Shout out Christina. I was just like, I have a Rolex Explorer 36, and so it has a similar DNA to it with kind of the numbers and the size of it. I just loved the green of it.
Yeah.
I thought like
Love the green
it's
of it.
like this kind of mossy, it's even got like some texture to it. So I love this watch, but I was like, am I actually ever gonna wear it? I don't know, actually. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you have other hitters in your collection, you're kind of like, does this really fit? Even though I can love this watch, it might not fit in my collection. So I visited you in Vegas. You were playing a gig with Disco Fox?
Yeah. Disco Fox.
Right, and so I meet you at Resorts World.
Dude,
where you
Disco
were
remind me
playing.
of Jed. Shout out Jed Harrelson. Shout out Disco Fox.
Shout out Resorts World. I heard you're going under.
Yeah, they are. Bad. That's
Maybe you guys constituted that.
Yeah,
Probably
honestly.
not. It sounds like you have too much power. But we were in the room, I remember, and I was showing you stuff, and I put this on your wrist, and I think you were wearing it, and you were like, yo, like I like this.
Loved it.
And I remember
immediately. It was like immediately.
you had the blue at the time, and I said, okay, how about this? I'll swap watches with you with the blue for that, for like $100.
And $100.
And you're like, $100? I'm like, yes, $100. This is a way better watch.
Kind of. I kind of remember immediately just going, all right.
Oh yeah, you did. That's
Yeah,
true.
it
You were like,
was
oh, $100.
pretty
Okay.
quick. It was
That's
like-
true. That's true. Because
'cause
you
I-
just like this way
I just
more.
liked it because I was like, oh,
liked
I'm
it way
going to
more.
want to wear this.
Right.
Because it's cool.
Right.
I just love the face. I love the color. And it's great. And so I wore this. When was that? That would have probably been
2 years ago, maybe.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I wore this pretty much every day because I rarely have to wind it. That's how I know I wear it so much.
Oh, right, 'cause it's
I
an
almost
automatic.
Never wind it. But to be fair, it's a little fast. It's like 3 minutes fast every like month.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's probably on spec for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 minutes fast, maybe two. 3 might be over exaggerated.
Right, right. So that leads us actually, if we're talking about accuracy and timing, your newest acquisition.
There it is. Look at that. See?
Yeah.
Transition.
Great transition.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't even try.
I
didn't
know.
even mean to.
I'm the one who shepherded it.
Okay, so this place. Can I have a quick story? My girlfriend Sarah, shout out Sarah. She ran a recording studio in Madison, got hit by a tornado, and we wanted to move in together. We wanted to move out of the big house in Antioch. So just by like sheer perfect timing, we found this place. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I had a fucking 10 by 10 box. It was my studio for the past 5 years. And that's like, hey, do you want literally a professional recording studio in your backyard? And it's just like, yeah, I mean, yeah. That was in April of 24. Now it's a year later, just about, and I'm feeling like this is working. I'm functioning, I'm staying above water.
Right.
It feels like something I could do for a while, so I just felt good about myself, you know?
Yeah.
And decided to treat myself, because I never do.
Well, you were starting to make some money.
Make some money. and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that
all right,
feels
if
good.
I'm a business owner, I need a business owner's watch.
Right, you start thinking in that way.
You start thinking about it, like,
Right.
oh. So it almost like, it's like, okay, if you want to be an adult, here's an adult piece.
So yeah, from my point of view, you want to show it? Look at that, man.
Grand Seiko.
Grand Seiko. And you want to talk about timing? The timing of Grand Seiko in terms of the timekeeping ability. This quartz watch, I think it's the SPP01, I think. This is a step up.
Yeah.
It's a step up.
It's
got presence. I mean, I think it's the 44GS case design. It has like these sword kind of like how it juts out. It's just like shiny, but the champagne dial. That champagne dial is killer. I mean, honestly, what you could do as well in time, and this is what I talk about too with watch trading and watch collecting in general. You can wear this watch, you can love it, but also it does hold value. It's not like you go out to the club one night, you spend all this money, it's gone. What you have is that night. But if you invest into a watch, you get to wear it every day, you get to share, you get to have memories in it, but also you can repurpose that money. So you can sell a watch. So for instance, I was actually selling this watch. I owned that watch and I loved it, but once again, it didn't get a lot of wear in my box. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna sell it on eBay or I'm gonna sell it to a friend. But then I said, you know what? John's doing well.
And you remember I liked it.
And I remember you wore it in Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I remember you actually said something. You were like, dude, this is sweet. Let me have it.
Yeah.
Let's give it to me.
Give me that.
So I did give him a very fair price, I would say, on the GS, because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use 1,000 of this and repurpose it into this.
Yeah.
And that's crazy, bro.
Talk about transition.
Tell me about
this watch.
Okay. So this is the Cartier Carrée Santos 2961, I believe. And what's really dope about this was Cartier's response to the Royal Oak. You ever heard of the Royal Oak? It's an Audemars Piguet. It's like what all like the rappers and NBA players wear, right? Like that shit's crazy, the Royal Oak. But you see this bracelet design. Nowadays, Cartier has kind of like a softer, smoother bracelet. Every watch they made came on a leather, pretty much. And so then they said, we're gonna come out with like an integrated bracelet watch to compete with the hype of these sports watches. So it's the first version of the Cartier Santos, which is probably, I'd say, one of their most successful lines that they still do. This one was the first idea of it. So in a way, you helped contribute to me getting that thing. That looks dope on your wrist, though.
Yeah, this is cool. This is like my style too, I feel like.
Yeah,
like,
I love how thin it is.
I do. Borderline chick watch, but no.
See, that's the thing. I like that you said that.
Yeah.
So
you could give it to a girl. It'd be great.
Oh,
greatest gift.
Christina fucking loved this.
I bet she was like,
yeah, she was like, this is for me. Shout out Christina. It's so funny. I'll talk about this other watch that I had, and I was wearing it around the house, like, what's up, and she like wouldn't notice. I'm like, why aren't you noticing my watch? I'm just showing you every pose. You're not even noticing my watch. But when I came in and I had this on, she noticed it actually right away, and she was like, oh, what is that? I'm like, no. She's like, this is my so this is her favorite. Yeah. This is her favorite
I think
watch.
It might be for me. This one's not for me. This is an unbelievably special watch to me. So it is, the dial is a in-game used baseball from, I believe, Game 4 of the World Series with the Chicago Cubs.
What year?
When they won it. The first time they won. They won it.
Like in the 100 years.
It probably
since
says
they won
on the back. No, it doesn't. So, my band November Blue, shout out November Blue, we worked with Michael Omardian, shout out Michael Omardian, who is just a legend. Played keys on all the Steely Dan stuff, Doobie Brothers stuff, just like Christopher Cross, he's just the man. And I told him about you. I don't think I ever told you this story.
Oh no!
I told him how much you love watches and how much and that you played baseball, because he's a baseball nut. He's like a Cubs nut. And all he wanted to talk about was the Pirates, so I had to like brush up on my knowledge because the Pirates fucking suck. So he goes, oh well, I have something for him, and then he went up and he got this box, and the box is right over here. He got this box. And in it was this watch, and he goes, give this to your brother. And I was like, I can't actually take this. This is like a 1 of 100. Like,
wow.
I was like, I actually can't just take. He's like, oh no, I'm never gonna. It just sits in a box. Like he like genuinely.
So did he get it as a gift?
Yeah, I think he got it as a gift
Right.
or as something.
Yeah, and he was just like, oh, I'm never gonna wear it.
Yeah, it says Terry, forever grateful, Tony Orlando.
Tony or who's Tony Orlando?
Still got the tagger on it. Tokens and icons. But yeah, cool. It's very special just because it reminds me of Omar. That's the only reason. And he was such a great influence on my life.
Dude,
And it's cool.
cool watch.
Cool watch. But it was intended for you.
It was intended for me. That makes sense.
And he said it, and then there was like a pause, and then he's like, "Oh, you can just keep it yourself." I'm like, "Yeah, it's
funny.
like,
I'll just keep it.
yeah, I think
I'll just keep it. He's
I think
good.
I'm gonna take it for myself."
Yeah. It says Swiss movement stainless steel, but it's obviously not automatic, so I don't know how you can say that's Swiss.
Maybe it isn't. It's broken.
No, that's a good teaching point here. With automatic watches, you can always wind them and they'll run, no matter what. You could be sitting in a drawer, like Derek found his grandfather's Longines sitting in drawers for 45 years, and he puts it and goes like this, starts running.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's what's amazing about watches. If you know if something's a quartz or not, is if you wind it and it doesn't feel like it's winding anything. It just spins. So this spins. So this is a battery watch. So you just need a new battery, and it'll tell the time. But that's a great watch.
Great piece.
Because you know, like I said, the story with it that it holds.
Well,
is
that's what
actually
makes
really
it
cool. That's
powerful. I mean, I'm not a huge baseball fan. If the Pirates are good, I'll watch.
So this is actually a first. I just bought this watch I want to talk about, and I brought it here because I thought you would enjoy it. I didn't tell you I bought it. I sent him a picture of this watch, and I said, how cool would it be to have this watch? And you're like, okay, I mean, it's just sick, but, you know, looking at watches still. And once again, this is a Citizen Toyosa, I think how you say it. Shiosa? I don't know how to say it, but it's a Citizen collaborated with IFL, which I think stands for I fucking love watches. They're all hand painted by this guy.
So sick.
Right. And so I saw he had like a limited edition of Dragon Ball Z, but he didn't say it's Dragon Ball Z because probably of copywriting.
Yeah, but
so
Vegeta.
it's Vegeta.
Let me see.
It's Vegeta. I mean, it's damn near close enough. It's Vegeta.
Or is it Goku?
No. Goku.
Vegeta? Did he go blonde?
Yeah, when he went Super Saiyan.
No, not when he went
Yes,
Super Saiyan.
he did. So I've only had this watch for 5 months. This I've started to get past the honeymoon phase, and I'm starting to like, okay, I'm wearing it more, and it's just like, God, it's hard not to go to it. I have like, so many watches. But every time I see it, I'm like, oh, if I don't wear that watch, I'm gonna miss it. Because I'm just like, this is so me. At least right now, how it feels. Because it's not loud. You know what I mean? It's not shiny. But when you see it,
I know what you mean.
It catches you, and you're like, what is that? All right, well, I think we've covered everything on this. This has been informative. And also,
very informative.
I might be making a move to Nashville in the next couple of years.
Who knows?
This could be fun.
This could be fun.
Like, this feels natural. Feels like
it actually
kind
does.
of works. Yeah, absolutely. But dude, actually.
Yeah, it's fun.
That was fun.
Super fun.
Let's do it again.
Let's do it again sometime.
All right. Appreciate you. Let's go.